Thank you. Those are excellent questions. Let me start with the last one. I appreciate that one because very often Christians lose sight of, we spiritualize the cross so much that we lose sight of the political dimension of it. We lose sight of how often the Gospels, especially Luke, portray Jesus as a prophet who denounced injustice and announced good news, which of course then provokes a double reaction to him of being cheered by those who are being lifted up by his ministry and those whose power, privilege, and status is being threatened by what he is saying and doing are going to do everything they can to get rid of him, and in the end they do. And we lose sight of those political dynamics, the political dimension of the crucifixion. But when we have somebody like Oscar Romero canonized, it brings it back to the fore again. It's very clear in his life and ministry. Okay. Now I got interested in your final question, and I forgot LGBT and Q and others. Yes, there is a very large rise in the number of biblical scholars that are analyzing Scripture from those lenses, and I see the kind of work that they're doing as very similar to what we're doing in the Wisdom Commentary series with a gender lens. But we don't only use gender. We look at gender, we look at race, we look at all the ways that gender, race, power systems are all intertwined. And so discrimination because of sexual orientation is another one that this kind of approach to the Scriptures is very much allied, and very many scholars who are bringing lenses from the LGBTQ community to our attention. And there was a third one.
The wedding feast versus the kingdom.
Yeah, the wedding feast, yeah. Yeah, we've been experimenting with all kinds of are there other ways we can talk about what Jesus meant by the basileia trutheu. I resort to the Greek because it doesn't carry all the baggage that the English translation does. Some people drop the G out and make it kingdom. And others will use reign, R-E-I-G-N, but then you have a problem. Some people hear R-A-I-N. So the reign in Spain false name, they're blaming on God. And some people have used empire, but then I see Jedis, and the Empire Strikes Back. So it's really hard. I think the image that you propose is quite a good one. I think there's a lot of. I think there are so many images that Jesus himself used for what he was trying to say it is. I mean, so many of his parables begin. The basileia trutheu is like, and then he'll give us a parable with an image and go, oh yeah, that's what the kingdom of God is. And it's really, really hard to capture what it is in one definition or in one word or one phrase. I like yours. I think it's very. It captures a good deal of what Jesus was trying to say. One of my friends, a New Testament scholar, says that she thinks we ought to stay with kingdom because it makes more sharp the difference between the kind of rule that Jesus was proclaiming versus Roman imperial ways of ruling. There's no one ready-made solution, but it's really good to struggle with that question, how to say this without reinforcing imperialistic thinking.